fashion jewelry and watches.
Our jewelers are on site so we can design jewelry for that special person in your life.
We are Hertine and Stalker, serving Iowa City and the surrounding area for 3 generations.
Hertine and Stalker Jewelers, downtown Iowa City, and HertineandStalkerJewelers.com. Ask for Willa, Terry, Tim, or Kate. One of us is always there.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order delicious meals online and get no contact pickup. Choose from Chinese, sushi, fried chicken, lasagna, enchiladas, burgers, pizza, many of your favorite sides, and more. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Then park in a designated mealtime spot and we'll bring your order out. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
Papa Murphy's in Iowa City and Coralville make your pizzas like they're going to eat them themselves. Try the popular Murphy Combo, the Cowboy, the Hawaiian, or the Papa's All-Meat Special. Simple, loaded, 12-inch, 14-inch, 16-inch, whatever. You choose how you want your pizza prepared with fresh ingredients. Then take it home and pop it in the oven or on the grill until it's done the way you want it. No cold delivery box pizza for you. Papa Murphy's on Muscatine Avenue, Iowa City, and on the Strip in Coralville. Pick up as many as you need today.
Getting meals to go from Hy-Vee is even easier with the new Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go website and curbside pickup. Just order delicious meals online and get no contact pickup. Choose from Chinese, sushi, fried chicken, lasagna, enchiladas, burgers, pizza, many of your favorite sides, and more. Just order online at Hy-Vee.com/mealtime. Then park in a designated mealtime spot and we'll bring your order out. Feed your family for less and order Hy-Vee Mealtime to Go today.
1630 KCJJ. I think we're all good now, right, Cindy?
I think so. We've got voice. We've got video.
We've got video. We've got 4 people watching right now.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes, so now that we're all up and running, let me just remind you of what you all can do to interact with me and Cindy. So, you can go to YouTube, go to the Mighty 1630 KCJJ, subscribe to our channel, and you can see me and Cindy live in the studio. We also have some other previous shows recorded up there for you to watch, get caught up on, as if this is episodic and not just us chatting.
Yeah, you gotta start at the beginning.
To get it.
Every single episode has some very key element.
It furthers the plot. It really
does, yes. That would be a lot of work.
No.
Oh my God, that would be a lot of work.
I'm not a screenwriter. I'm not a producer, director, actor.
Last week on the Molly Suter show and the other girl. There was another girl.
Cindy talked about Magic Mike XXL for 30
my
minutes.
like, what are you going to talk about tonight? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, Magic Mike. I'm like, XXL, not the first one.
If it comes down to it, if we have nothing else to talk about, we could talk about Magic Mike XXL.
I mean, I could go play by play my favorite scene, which is in the convenience store when he's dancing. But you really got to watch it.
You know what this is something we could do. I know some people take like scenes from movies, like they get the script from wherever and do like a dramatic reading out. Like, people do that just, like, with their friend groups. I've never done it, but, like, that could be something fun we could do.
Oh, I know a movie we could do.
Which
I don't
one?
know if you've seen it. Oh, my God, it was the Patrick Swayze movie.
Ghost?
No, the one where he was in a bar. Roadhouse.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Well, this summer it was on HBO Cinemax, one of those channels, back in the day when you would watch movies on HBO or Cinemax. It was on...
you can still watch movies on...
Does HBO still show the same movie like 15 times a day?
I don't know.
Well, that's what happened. And it was a summer. I don't even remember what my deal was. I must not have been going to school or something. So I watched it every single time it was on. And I ended up getting so many one-liners. I ended up one night, I just wrote them all down, like as I was watching them. Like so many... I mean, the whole movie is just filled with bad one-liners. It's my way or the highway, you know, that kind of stuff. You know, like... I don't even remember any of them, but it was such a wonderfully bad movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it. The only Swayze movies I've seen are Ghost and Dirty Dancing.
But I think that's the iconic "I'll Get Enough Sleep When I'm Dead" by Sam. whatever that guy's name with the big mustache.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. I don't
Is it
remember
Sam
his
something?
last name. It's Sam something.
I want to say Sam Watterson, but that's not
No,
right. That's
no.
not right. Sam.
Oh.
What is his name?
That's gonna bug me.
Sam with the mustache. We'll just call him that.
Sam with the mustache. No, someone's gonna be so mad.
I know, he's a pretty big deal.
If you know the actor we're talking about, please tell us in the chat room or call us 358-1630.
Or that's going to be our standard for every single time we're together. We'll just not remember stuff, which is not even a gimmick. It's the real deal.
It's the truth. We just
completely
don't know.
offend people. I still want to offer up my idea of let's pick a topic that neither one of us know anything about and just start talking about it.
We already did that with Star Wars.
I know a little bit about Star Wars, though. Just a little bit. Enough to be dangerous. I have a Star Wars quote as a tattoo.
Oh. What's the quote?
It's the Yoda one, that do or do not, there is no try.
Wait, I think we've talked about this so far. We probably have. Most of these shows is just us rehashing things we've already said.
And that's fine, too. Mm-hmm. But you still want to watch it from the beginning.
Uh-huh.
So you can hear the first time we talked about
As I said, it's episodic. You really need to watch the first episode to get it.
I do want to say something kind of important.
What?
I work right across from the auditor's office, so I asked the auditor, John Deeth, what are the, and I know there was an ad Tommy told everybody, but I want to remind everyone there's only a few more days to vote in the upcoming election for the Johnson County Supervisor.
Yes.
So
I haven't voted yet.
I
promise
I haven't either, and I work in the building.
Silly.
And I was like all excited because I'm in Johnson County. I can vote whenever I want.
Well, that's the thing. You can vote whenever you want. So you're like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later. I'll do it later until you die.
I literally walk past the line of cars as I'm going into work. So
yeah, I'm going to do that soon. Just like with the Goodwill thing, I forget about it and don't think about it until I'm driving past things to
and
work.
I don't even have an excuse because I see it at work all day. But they have a nice little drive-through that'll be open on Monday. This weekend, you can vote at the Iowa City Public Library from 10 to 4, and on Sunday from noon to 5.
I might do that on Sunday.
North Liberty Community Library, Saturday, 10 to 5. Corville Library, Sunday, 10 to 4.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I should do that, actually, because I live closer to
and
the
then,
Cornwall
I have
one.
more information than Tommy's little blurb.
Ooh, Tommy, she's coming for your job.
It's just because where I work, I'm like, hey, by the way, as you're going to the bathroom, can you send me the schedule for the voting? And then Monday at the office, and then Tuesday. Like, don't wait until Tuesday, because then you got to figure out where the hell you vote. And nobody knows that, do they?
I don't know where my polling
place? I have no idea.
Is it the same as the caucus location?
No, I think that's something completely different.
Okay. Yeah, so I don't know where my polling place is. Unless it's... I might know where it is, actually. But I'm not sure, and I'd rather just get it done early at the administration or the library.
And there's always lines on the day. Well, there may not be for this one, because it's, like, literally between two people, I think. Unless there's a big write-in.
I'm not aware of any big write-in campaign.
Well, I was telling someone that it's important to vote, even if you don't have anybody else running, technically. Because we had one in West Branch that there's only one person running. So I'm like, I'm not voting because why go in there to vote? Well, it turned out, and I liked the write-in candidate, so it was no big deal. But somebody had done a nice little campaign to write somebody in, and that person ended up winning.
Ooh.
Which is kind of exciting, but then it's like, okay, that's the importance of, had more people gone to actually vote, that person would have gotten more votes. Like the person that was actually running. But anyway, the story of...
Yeah, so go and vote. It's important.
It's more important in the local elections than it is for the big ones, I think.
I wouldn't say more. I would just say it's more relevant to you immediately.
Yes.
And so that's what I would say. Anyway, someone in the chat room has saved us, and he said it's Sam Elliott, the actor that we were talking about.
That's right.
So it is. Thank you very much, person.
I say as if I knew it. I was just joking. I didn't know. Who's Sam Watterson? What was he in?
He's the guy from Law and Order. He was also in The Great Gatsby.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is.
Yeah, so Sam Elliott, I knew who I was picturing too. It's the guy with the mustache. I knew
the big mustache.
I knew who it was.
And he's in that TV show with what's his face that was from Iowa. Was in that 70s show.
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah, The Ranch.
Oh,
He's in The Ranch, isn't he?
I don't know. Well, Ashton is. Yeah, I don't know if Sam is.
I think Sam was too. Sam Elliott is too.
I've never seen it.
I've only
sorry,
watched
Ashton,
a little bit of it. I didn't
listening.
really. I watched a little bit of it, but I couldn't quite get into it. It was.
I never even tried.
I tried. I don't know why I didn't like it because I like him. He's not horrible. And now I can't watch it at all because of what's his face, the other guy that was in the first couple episodes. He kind of got canceled in a big way.
Yeah. So I wish I could say that's why I'm boycotting the show. I just didn't have any interest in watching it.
I had no idea he was a big old rapist, allegedly, but not Ashton, the other guy.
No, not Ashton.
If you say allegedly, you can say whatever you want.
That's dangerous.
Almost anything, but anyway.
Yeah,
that is one show I have not binged.
No, I haven't seen it. Oh, but a show I have been watching though, and it's annoying because I caught up. It's in the first season. I watched the first 8 episodes, and now I have to wait.
I hate that.
I hate that too. But it's called Cruel Summer, and it's a freeform show. It's on Hulu. It's about like a girl who goes missing, and then another girl from her town basically inserts herself into like her scene, and her like friends start studying her boyfriend and stuff. And it's very interesting.
Oh, I think I've seen previews for it or commercials for it.
I like it a lot. And the soundtrack is awesome because it takes place in the early to mid 90s. So like Zombie by the Cranberries, Two Princes by Spin Doctors.
I like that song.
What's Up, Four Non Blondes. There's another one too that I really liked. What is it? What am I? Anyway, but it's like a cool early mid 90s soundtrack.
I might have to wait till it's over though,
and I think
so I don't have to wait to the end.
And I think that's why they based it in the 90s, so they can make like a killer soundtrack like that.
Maybe.
And make it be like, this is setting the scene to what was happening like during these events, you know.
I had this is kind of TV related. You're the Gilmore Girl fanatic, right?
Yep.
So a young lady came to my counter and she had this, I don't remember what the tattoo said exactly, but she had a tattoo that was like the cursive writing and I couldn't quite read all of it. And so I'm like, hey, what does your tattoo say? I can't quite read it. And she told me what it said and I can't remember what it was. And she's like, oh, it's from a TV show. It's kind of stupid. And I'm like, oh, you know, that's cute.
Oh, that means it's a Lorelai quote.
Well,
if it's something stupid, it's a Lorelai quote.
I can't for the life of me remember what it was. But then I finished up our stuff, and then I'm like, wait a second, what TV show? Because of course I want to know.
Yeah.
She's like, Gilmore Girls. I'm like, oh, okay, that's one show I've never quite gotten into, but I want to. And she's like, oh, I just love it. I'm like, okay.
Do you remember any part of it? Because I could
something
maybe help
about
you out.
Being getting stuff done, maybe.
Oh, nah, I can't immediately help you out.
Sorry. I want to say it felt very, like, that she persisted, that.
Okay.
It felt like that, but it wasn't.
But like a Gilmore Girls thing.
She said it was Gilmore Girls. She didn't say who it was or whatever, but she was like, but I love those tattoos that are like just the cursive handwriting, like on the length of your arm.
Oh, that's going to bug me. If she comes in again, tell me.
I mean, most of these people I see maybe once a year.
Yeah.
At the most. But
was she voting?
No, this was just paying card tags or something.
Oh, okay.
I forget what it was, but it wasn't anything long. But I always end up having nice, awkward conversations with people about.
Anyway, yeah, Gilmore Girls. Strongly recommend. It's something I've been watching since I was in junior high. And it's one of those shows, I think I've talked about this before, but it's a show where, like, there's so much going on, there's so much dialogue, there's so many jokes that, like, a variety of people would get depending on, like, how old you are, what you've done, like, what you've seen, stuff like that. that you can watch it multiple times and get something new every time, and like a more refined perspective, like as you age with like, and so you get to the age that a different character is. So like when I was a kid, I related a lot to Rory because she was like 16 and I was like 13, and now I'm 28, and at the start of the series Lorelai's 32, so I felt more in common with Lorelai, you know, even though I don't have a kid.
I felt like that was my sign that I should just sit down and start watching it, but we'll see.
You should.
I'm out of other shows. I have like watched everything else.
If you're out, do it. I recommend it. Let me know. Let me know what you think of it.
I'll let you know. I'll let you know if I hate it.
I don't think you'll hate it.
Everyone seems to love it. Everyone who watches it over and over again.
You know what? You might not love it, but I don't think you'll hate it, you know?
Right. I mean, I like some of the actors in it. Like, what's the girl that's the cook in it?
Oh, that's Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, and I like her and everything.
Well, she's different. So after Bridesmaids, she was typecasted as the weird friend.
Funny person, yeah.
The weird one. This is nothing like that. And so that's why I was so, like, mad in 2011, like the early 2010s, when she was cast as like the weird fat girl in everything. And I'm just like, she's such a good actress. Why is she pigeonholed to this? Because I'm like, I saw her in Gilmore Girls, and like she's been in other stuff too. And like, she's a varied actress. You don't have to keep like casting her in the same
I know,
roles.
but that's where the money is.
I know, but it frustrated me.
Although I loved her in the one where she played a spy. Did you ever see that one?
No.
She played a goofy, but it was so funny. It's such a good show.
And yeah, I'm saying all of this, and like, she accepted all the roles. She knows what she's doing. As you said, that's probably where...
She's making bank.
She's making bank. That's where the money is. I'm just saying, as a viewer, as a fan, it was frustrating to see.
I know, but she can't play boring roles in movies. Like, she can't be...
Well, she is very funny, so I don't want to... I wouldn't want her in, like, such a dark role, but like, this one in Gilmore Girls, like, the character is, like, quirky, but it's not, like, a weird quirky,
obnoxious, like the one...
Yeah,
like I think I'm probably the only person who really liked the movie with Jason Bateman.
Where
one? She played... I think it was called Identity Theft or Identity Thief, something like that.
I've not seen it.
And so she stole his identity, and he finds her, and then they end up, I don't even remember how it happened, but somehow they end up in a car, like, road trip, and she's just, like, pretty obnoxious, and she's really out there.
I think you'll like her in this role as Suki. That's her character's name. Yeah, so...
And she has nothing to do with vampires.
No, that's the wrong... Also, the one in True Blood is Suki.
Suki. Well, it depends on who's saying it, I guess.
In Gilmore Girls, it's Suki. No, when I started watching True Blood, I'm just like, oh my god, this is going to be...
Weird.
This is going to be weird, because it's the same name. It's spelled the same, but, like, pronounced differently.
Completely different characters. Maybe. I don't know.
I think different characters pronounce Suki Stackhouse's name different. Like, some of them say Suki, some of them say Suki, or like in a weird Southern accent.
Yeah, what's the accent?
I shouldn't say weird, a different accent. But yeah, I should rewatch True Blood. That was another show that I loved as a teen.
Right, I loved the books.
The books were good. They were different than the show. Yeah. I think I prefer the show, and that's usually how it goes, honestly.
I mean, because they can develop more characters and stuff.
Yes,
and go further. Yeah, I liked both of them. But...
I feel like the narrative voice was a lot different too in the show. I think I prefer like show Suki over book Suki. Not in a way that like I don't like book Suki. It's just like I think Anna Paquin just does a really really good job. She's just a really good actress.
Yeah. So I used to love watching it on... I would give plasma and watch that week's True Blood. This seems very fitting. So watching a vampire movie as I'm giving blood plasma.
So you have to sit there for 45 minutes?
Yep, and watch my blood be sucked out of my body.
Or 55 minutes. the triplet episodes were close to an hour.
Yeah, I wouldn't always watch the whole thing.
Oh, yeah.
But you can donate twice in 1 week, so there you go.
There you go. There's your giving blood activity or platelets or whatever you're doing.
It seemed perfect.
I'm sorry?
It seemed perfect.
Oh, yeah?
To give blood as I was giving.
It is.
Watching.
You could also watch The Vampire Diaries.
I think I tried watching it. That's more younger kids.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Okay.
Oh, yeah. I watched that when I was a teenager, too. I loved it.
I think my kids watched it, and I tried watching a little bit. I'm like, oh, my God,
No,
this is really
I
a lot.
I cannot imagine an adult liking it unless you, like, grew up with it or, like...
Yeah.
I mean, I can enjoy it now because I enjoyed it when I was a kid, you know?
Yeah. The teenage dramas.
Yep. I loved those.
Other than the voting thing, I don't have anything else important to say.
I do, though. Let me just pull up
Did
my
you prep?
text. No, this is just something from Steve. He sent me this. The fruit truck is delivering delicious Georgia peaches in Iowa City tomorrow from 7:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. at Orchland's Farm and Home, 655 Hollywood Boulevard. Accepting cash, Venmo, or check. Again, that is Georgia peaches from the fruit truck at Orchland's at 7:30 to 8:30 a.m. tomorrow, accepting cash, Venmo, or check. Again, the address is 655 Hollywood Boulevard. Boulevard.
Orchland's gets all the good food trucks.
I think it's their parking lot is big, and the fruit truck is like a big semi. So.
Oh, I haven't seen but that's where Hook and that fish place.
What?
It's called On the Hook, and they come in like once a month, and they do beer battered fish and French fries. That's all they do.
Ooh,
it's
that
so
good.
Oh my God, it's so good. But they park in the Orchland's parking lot also.
Oh,
they're not a big semi truck, but they're a big food truck.
I've had strawberries from the fruit truck, but not peaches.
Do they sell them like in a big box or?
Well, my strawberries came in like a strawberry basket.
Like a huge one, or just like a normal size?
like a normal size.
Okay.
One.
Peaches are good.
I do like peaches. I don't have them like a ton. I like them in the summer.
Well, when they're in season.
Yeah, but I've been known to have a peach in the winter.
I think they can be in season all year round.
I mean, yeah, with greenhouses and stuff, like, sure.
Yeah. I like fruit.
Yeah, I do too. I like apples and bananas. The only fruit I really don't like is a blueberry. I feel like they're just kind of bland.
What I was doing, because I didn't have ice trays in my old fridge, because I just...
Didn't? Yeah, I get it.
I never need ice, because I always have water in the fridge that's cold. But I would freeze blueberries and then put them in like my drinks when I would need like my fake whiskey and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I'd have a little treat afterwards.
I used to freeze grapes, and if you pop them in your mouth, like, it's just like a little popsicle.
I did that for the kids when they were younger. And then of course we forgot about it. I think I still had grapes in the freezer when I moved out.
No, me too. I think I still have grapes in my freezer.
But now I have an ice machine in my fridge.
That might be a project for this weekend, cleaning out my fridge. Yes, I think that's something I need to do.
Don't procrastinate. I cleaned out a deep freeze that I've had for 8 years.
Oh my God.
This is months ago when I was like, I knew I was going to move and I wanted to get rid of it. And I found loose corn dogs. And the last time I had bought corn dogs, like, that would have been in that deep freeze, was like 5 years ago.
Oh my God. That's so funny.
I'm like, I don't even want to, like, we should age date this or something, like.
And when you say deep freeze, do you mean like one of those freezers you keep out in the garage?
That you can put a body in. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That size. It was one of those things. My aunt had an old one, so she gave it to me and it worked and now I donated it to somebody else and hopefully it'll work for them. But yes, you can put a body in it. You can like put like 2 bodies in this one. It was huge.
Oh my goodness.
But I'm not allowing myself to get another deep freeze, even a small one.
No, because like if you just have extra things, like that. You
Just in case.
You just accumulate more trash.
Right. And I do
Or
the thing where I'm like, I'm
things
going to
you
get
don't
this just in case. And then when I think, oh, maybe I should use it, I'll say, oh, no, I'll save it for later, when it's a real emergency. And it ends up never getting used.
Yeah.
So that's my rule in the new place.
No more deep
No more
freezes.
deep freeze.
That's probably for
Even
the
the
best.
cute small ones that look like little rectangles.
If you want corn dogs, they have to be
I don't
in
even
the
eat corn dogs.
regular freezer. I don't like corn dogs. I just feel like I don't like cornbread that much, and so I just feel like you're ruining a hot dog when you put the cornbread on it.
My kids liked them. And my nephew, when he stayed with us, we got them for him, but he likes corn dogs. And they have pancake
I know, I've seen
corn dog
those.
things.
Something I hate. I see like the chocolate chip pancake once, and I'm just like, ew, that's like a chocolate hot dog.
I don't.
That seems so gross to me.
Even if they put it around a sausage, like I don't mix my sweet and savory
No,
breakfast foods.
I don't either. I always have my bacon before pancakes or
Right.
waffle or whatever I'm having. I'm just
I
like,
don't take them in the same bite.
No, I don't like syrupy bacon.
That's insanity.
I don't think. Because some people like the maple bacon donuts.
Okay, so that would be the one exception.
See, I don't like those. I think, ugh.
And I was just thinking about one time, I haven't tried it yet, but I've seen the thing where they take the cinnamon rolls and they wrap the bacon in between, like in the cinnamon roll. That I would take.
No, absolutely not.
Because bacon can
It's
be either sweet
good.
or savory.
It's always savory for me.
But it can be a treat, too. It's meat candy.
I don't like that.
Have you ever had chocolate dipped bacon?
No,
It's really good.
I feel like I wouldn't like that because it's meat with it because it's savory and sweet. I don't really like that combo. I don't like it.
If you ever get a chance, you should try it because it does have the sweet and savory, the salty and sweet.
I will say this: I do like when cookies have like sea salt on the top, but I feel like that's different.
I know I like certain like sweets to be sweet and savory sometimes, like the trail mix things.
Trail mix. I like chocolate covered pretzels. Those are good.
Yeah.
I think it's a meat thing. I don't like sweet meat.
Well, when it comes to breakfast, I don't like it. Like if I'm eating a sweet breakfast, I'll have a cinnamon roll, but I won't have like eggs and bacon with it. I'll just have my sweet donut for breakfast, and that's it. If I want a savory breakfast, then I'll eat eggs, bacon, and save the sweets for later. Generally.
Good.
Unless I'm at a buffet, and then I won't mix it on the plate.
This conversation is making me want breakfast.
I know. I'm getting breakfast tomorrow, so
Oof.
from Midtown, as a matter of fact.
Ooh, Midtown has good breakfast.
I think aren't they a sponsor? They used to be. Okay.
are. I think.
I just haven't been to. We usually go to like Hy-Vee or Village Inn or something, but my dad suggested Midtown.
All right.
I haven't been there in forever.
Midtown is so. No, I haven't been there either. I haven't been inside since before all the weirdness last year.
We haven't been there as a family since before the pandemic, I think.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they were having people in there or not. I can't remember who shut down their.
No, Midtown. I think both Midtowns are having dine-in right now because I've gone in to like get carry out and I see people eating, so I'm like, okay. They have these plexiglass things to like go between the tables.
Oh, good.
Yeah. I don't know if they still have those because this was like a few months ago, but I hope some restaurants keep that.
Well, we've got them at work, and I'm like, I vote for keeping the plexiglass because no one has taken my pen in the last year and a half.
Yeah.
And it's kind of amusing when you get people that are kind of upset that try to grab stuff, like they hit the glass, and it's like, sorry. And I just feel safer because people aren't spitting on you. You can't smell everything.
Yeah. The one, I think, downside to it is, like, you just have to clean it regularly.
Yeah.
But that's a price you pay.
Hearing is a little bit impaired, like, between the glass, but It was worse when it was both masks.
Oh, yeah.
But, we got through it. It's not like the world ended. It was just, you had to say what a lot more.
It was just a little bit inconvenient.
I had a lot of, why don't you just write it down for me? And the only time it was impossible is when somebody reads lips. And at that point, we had our plexiglass up. And I would ask, is it all right if I pull my mask down and I'll talk to you? Mm-hmm. And they were, that was fine. But,
okay. Yeah, so I had a really embarrassing encounter at the post office back in like February. I have a friend who lives in Norway, and we were doing our second ever candy exchange. Mm-hmm. And so I was sending her all the stuff, and it was still like pretty bad pandemic wise, so I was double masked.
Yeah.
And this poor guy, he was masked, plexiglass, me with 2 masks. And yeah, so I was just trying to explain, this is going to Oslo. It's in Norway. It was just really awkward, and I'm just like, oh, I hope she likes this candy. Damn.
We'll be back to normal. Well, I don't even want to get back to normal.
I know, you've said that. I'm good with keeping, like, plexiglass and, like, some other safety features, like health features. I just feel like it's probably just a good idea anyway to have that in a place where so many people are just eating at the same time.
Right.
It just feels right.
I mean, I'm just not I know we talked about this last time, but like on vacation, like going to Adventureland, let's say. Mm-hmm. Not that people vacation at Adventureland, but as an example, it's like during normal times, there's just too many people there.
Yeah.
It's too many people all in one spot.
I agree.
But that's where they make their money, I guess.
Oh, yeah. No, my key for Adventureland is go when it's, like, kind of raining. Like, the last 2 times I've been to Adventureland, and this was just purely coincidental, it was, like, 65 degrees, overcast, and, like, occasionally spitting rain. Mm-hmm. There was, like, not a line for anything. It was fantastic. That's how I want to do amusement parks the rest of my life. No sunburn. It's not too hot because it's 65 and overcast. Nobody wants to go out because it's kind of raining and it's 65 and overcast. Right. Most people don't like that. I love it. I thrive in it. But yeah, I rode the Sidewinder like 3 times in a row just because nobody else was there. It was ideal.
Yeah. One time it was perfect because it was like towards the end of the season. So it was I was procrastinating, and we finally went, and it was like wonderful because it was nice and cool. Mm-hmm. And everyone else is pretty much gone all summer. So like no one was really there.
They closed like mid-September, right?
Yeah. So it was like one of the last weekends I think we went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I don't know when they opened. I know it was on this auction, so maybe they opened Memorial Day weekend, and so it's open now. But I'm not sure.
And if you live in Iowa, you should go to Adventureland at least once.
At least
there are people that were born and raised here who have never been to Adventureland or the State Fair.
I think the State Fair is a little overhyped.
I think, though, if you live here, you should go at least once.
At least once, yeah, just to experience it. See the Butter Cow.
It's the State Fair.
It's the State Fair, see the Butter Cow, see a concert. Sometimes they get good people for the concert. I've seen a few, I've seen concerts at the Iowa State Fair. One was really good. I saw Lady A at the Iowa State Fair at, like, I think 2014 or something like that. And then in 2006, they always have a free concert for the kids. I saw Raven Simone there.
I saw Raven, but not there. It was at some other state.
Yeah.
I think it was her and Corbin Bleu.
Oh, that's cool.
It was pretty awesome. And Drake, not the Drake, the Drake and Josh.
Drake Bell.
Who just got in trouble, by the way. Did you see that in me?
I don't know the specifics.
I don't know. I just saw the headline. I went,
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
anyway,
so,
he was a singer for a short period of time.
But it was filled to the brim. It was a free concert, and so, like, every person brought their, like, preteen daughter out to see it. And I'm short now. I'm 5'1". I was, like, maybe 4:10 at the time, and so I couldn't see anything, and like I was kind of tired. I was sitting down, but my friend's mom, who took all of us, was so paranoid that I was gonna get like heat stroke or something. She bought me this huge water bottle. She made me drink the entire thing, and I'm like, I'm going to die. Like, this is going to drown all of my cells, because it was like huge. Like, but it wasn't a good concert, and she lip synced, I think.
I don't remember I don't really remember if the kids were really young when I took her.
So yeah, I don't think that was worth it. Like, to this day, I'm like, I kind of wish I had stayed home. Like, I'll see you guys at school when school
I know
starts again.
I mean, they get some sometimes they get some good. I think the only concert I've ever gone to at State Fair was, I think, the Osmonds when I was a kid.
Oh, cool.
Because I was a big Donny Osmond fan.
Who wasn't back then? I say as if I was there.
That was before your time.
Way before my time.
But you know who Donny and Marie Osmond are.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. But yeah, what other... I was at the Minnesota State Fair one time, and I saw Macklemore and Ryan Lewis there, and Chance the Rapper, who is bigger than them now, but at the time he was just kind of starting out, he opened for them. So I've seen Chance the Rapper, which I like to flex on people because people love him.
I saw Macklemore in Des Moines.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good concert. It had to be shortened, though, because of a bad storm.
Ah.
And so he shortened his set, but he still did Can't Hold Us twice.
He's so adorable. I just really love him.
I wonder what happened. Like, just...
He hasn't really done anything lately, has he?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's done anything for a few years.
He's just so adorable. I like him. And I like that he's like a sober person. It's fun to listen to him talk about that, but anyway, Macklemore. Well, of course I liked him because of the thrift shop, but
Thrift shop was a bop. Is a bop.
Is a what?
A bop.
What's a bop?
A bop is like a banger, like a really good song.
Yeah. Okay.
I say that a lot on my...
Is that a real thing, or did you just make that up and you're trying to make... Quit trying to make bop happen.
It's a very popular term, Cindy. Get with the times.
All right, whatever. Is that what the kids say?
Yes, and I am a child.
I'm on TikTok.
I know.
I've never heard that.
I have. It's a thing. I say it all the time on my show, Cindy. If you listen to my show, you would know what a bop is.
I used the I was asking somebody about some word or something, and I knew the what it meant. And they're like, "Oh, do you know what that means?" I said, "Yeah, I'm on TikTok. I know a lot of things."
We love TikTok. We talk about TikTok every single time. I saw something. It was a tweet actually that it was like, I'm not into TikTok, and I'm glad I'm not, because I feel like a series of 30-second videos catered to my taste every single time I watch it would rot my brain. And I'm just like, he's not wrong, but like, I like it.
What are you using your brain for anyway, really?
True. So true.
I just like it because every week I'm somebody different. Like now, I am now supposedly someone who likes to watch people redo vans.
Oh.
So that they can go off and live van life.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I like that.
This week, so there's advertisements on TikTok, and I think I'm in the correct age range for a lot of like dating site ads, and so a few days ago I got an ad for a dating app for gamers. And I'm just like, I'm not a gamer. I'm not sure why this is advertised to me, probably just because of the age thing. But today I got one for Christian. That wasn't Christian Mingle. It's a new one. It's called Upward. If you want a new dating app, tired of Christian Mingle, go to Upward.
Do you want to describe my face? Eye roll? No.
Yeah, so... I'm just like, why does TikTok think I'm a Christian gamer this week?
Well, and I was noticing, I've come across a couple of like men in their 40s, almost 50, doing dating TikTok. I mean, the hashtag is dating TikTok. Like, they're putting themselves out, like, you know, like, date me. And I don't know if it's a thirst trap or if it's just
No, I don't think it's a thirst trap.
I mean, I'm not sending them messages to say I'm single too. But I'm like, is that the thing now? Like, you try to get dates on TikTok?
Definitely not me. I don't think I would ever do that. But no, thirst trapping is different. It's like
I'm all for it.
I am too, but it's different. It's like you take like a sexy photo on Instagram and you post it and see how many like likes you can get, or like if people interact with it or something like that. I think that's what that is.
The only time I'm not for it is when they when they pretend like they're not. You're like, oh, I look cute. I think I might delete this later. You know, that joke. Like, okay, come on. You know what you're doing. Later. It's fine. Just show it off.
Own it.
Yeah, exactly. Because I don't think if TikTok is into dating, I don't think I'm ready for that.
But also, like, TikTok isn't like region based. It's everyone.
Yeah.
And so, like, you're just open to everyone around the world, like, possibly dating you. I mean, if you are, cool, but, like, for me, I thought dating apps was mostly, like, who is near you? Who is in your direct vicinity?
I mean, that's the whole thing of Tinder, like, who's next door to you?
Yeah.
Who's within a 5-second drive?
Yep.
For the night?
Yep.
Not always, but yes.
Not always.
I like Tinder, but it's a quick. I like the idea of just like quick.
Yeah.
Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no.
Yeah, I like swiping.
Yeah.
I've deleted the apps though. I've decided I don't like them. I'm over them.
When I get bored.
Yeah, I know. I say that every time. I'm like, I don't like this app. It makes me feel like weird, like swiping through people like they're not people, and like I find it disingenuous and I find it repetitive. Yeah, I just don't like it. And then I get bored and I'm like, I'm going to re-download Bumble and just swipe. Why?
Because you get bored.
So I need an app like that, but there's no actual, like a swiping app, but that isn't a dating app. Because I like swiping.
What was it? I think it wasn't Bumble. One of the dating apps has a function of friends that you can find friends.
It is Bumble.
Okay.
It is Bumble.
Because one of the gals on TikTok, she did that, and she's a bridesmaid in one of her friends' weddings, like in the next, like this was a couple weeks ago, but it was like one of those things
TikToks
where
like
the gal needed another bridesmaid, and this girl's like she was gonna TikTok, you know,
yeah,
the story.
Yeah, wait, I've seen that too. I saw the first one. I never
did follow up on it.
No, I never followed up because the other videos never showed back up on my For You page. But yeah, Bumble BFF is a thing. I don't know if any other apps have that feature yet. But yeah, there is a Bumble BFF. And then I think there's a Bumble, like, networking. So, like, it's for, like, jobs.
Oh. I mean, that's how you get your jobs, is who you know.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
If that's how it happens, that's how it happens. But, like, yeah, I liked Bumble just because, like, I had to message first. And and you had to... You don't have to, but, like, I liked the filters. You can filter out for like political values, or like if you wanted kids or not, or if you wanted a relationship or a hookup or something, you can filter all that out.
I mean, I always thought I was filtering by saying, like, and every single time I usually have a very short bio, but I always list my age, my weight, and my height, because I don't want to deal with people who are like, oh, you're too big.
Yeah, I
just filter that out. I mean, that boom.
I don't post the numbers, but I do post like a full body shot. So
I post the numbers.
So like, you know what you're getting into.
Because I've posted just the pictures of, you know, my normal weight, and guys don't understand. They don't understand weight.
No.
When they look at a picture. And it's not like I was doing any tricks with it. It was a picture. I posted a picture when I was playing kickball, and it was not the most flattering, but it showed my body type.
Yeah.
And I think I was a little bit thinner then, but not much. But I was probably 190 at the time. Mm-hmm. And the guy's like, oh, you don't look over like 130. What? I'm like, what is your problem? Like, no wonder you go on dates and people don't show up looking like you think they should. Because you've got some sort of dysphoria going on with...
Maybe that guy was just like trying to say something nice.
Maybe it was, but I'm like, dude, seriously.
Which I appreciate, but like, that's why I don't post the number. Like, if I post the number, people are like, wow, that's either a lot or a little or whatever.
Well,
but
I
like,
post the number because I just don't want to have that conversation. And I don't want to be accused of trying to hide it.
Well, that's never happened to me because I always post like a full body pic, but nobody has said anything. Yeah. Even if they were thinking it, nobody has said anything.
I've never had the experience myself because I've always been pretty honest, but also I'm like, you know, if you're not into fat chicks, I'm sorry. I'm not the girl for you. Swipe left or right or however you do it again. And then left I always put, I'm liberal.
Oh, yeah.
Like, extremely liberal.
Yep. Me too.
And I'm still surprised at how many conservatives would be like...
A lot of people don't care. Like, a lot of conservatives just don't care.
I mean, I don't put in there saying, you know, I'm liberal, don't message me if you voted for Trump. But, like, it's kind of implied.
It's kind of implied, yeah.
But I think...
Not always, I guess.
I could be wrong, but I think most of the men that were conservative that would still try to chat me up thought that they could change me. And maybe they've met lots of women that just basically, you know, think whatever the boyfriend thinks or the husband thinks, which sadly that happens. And I'm too old for that. I ain't changing.
I'm too old for that.
Yeah.
Yes.
And my goal always raising the children were, you know, my girls was that I wanted to have girls that would make their own decisions and not base them on, because I did that a little bit growing up because I didn't really have a strong opinion about stuff.
Yeah. No, same.
But,
like when I was in high school, I just like, I was liberal because my parents were, but like I didn't really give much thought to it at all.
And my parents were liberal, but I still voted wrong in a couple of elections. Because I was being spiteful, I guess. I don't know.
Yep.
But because I just didn't have strong opinions, I didn't really know enough to know what I was doing. So I'm making amends by raising two very liberal feminists.
Yes. Yeah, I follow Allie on TikTok.
Like scary liberal.
I like her content.
Yeah, she's pretty awesome.
She is.
She's out there, but she's told me on TikTok, if you comment, do not say that you're my mother. Not because she's not, you know, embarrassed by me or anything, but she doesn't want me to get messages.
Oh yeah.
From people that don't like her.
Follow her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
does she have haters?
I think so.
Oh.
She makes me sad, but
that doesn't make me sad. I guess if she's a bigger account than I am, but I don't have any haters yet. But I feel like when you're a bigger account like that, that's part of the territory, unfortunately.
Well, and the way she got that way was because she does some
really opinionated things, which I love because I'm in agreement with her. But like some people,
I don't agree with everything she says, but it's still funny.
Yeah. So
yeah,
I like that you raised your girls to be outspoken.
Yeah.
About things. I wish I had been more like outspoken when I was a teenager. I was very shy. I was very like.
Same. Yeah.
Docile, I think, is a good term to use.
Go along to get along.
Yep.
And I'm still that way to a certain degree when it comes to like things that don't really matter, but like going out to eat or, you know, that kind of stuff. But when it comes to
that's just being agreeable, I feel like.
Yeah.
But like for things that matter.
Yeah.
It's better to be outspoken. Oh, we never did like news or anything.
Oh, you want to do that now?
Yeah, we should do that now, and then we'll come back for the rest of the show. You're listening to the Mighty 1630 KCJJ.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Rocket Mortgage.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper in Chicago. President Biden has again spoken with West Virginia Senator Shelley Moore Capito, the top Senate GOP negotiator on infrastructure, as they work towards a deal. CBS's Deborah Alfarone is on Capitol Hill.
Protesters gathered outside the White House urging President Biden not to compromise on infrastructure negotiations. His call with lead Senate Republican negotiator Shelley Moore Capito ended without a deal. The White House says the two will speak again Monday.
We need to make those investments today to be able to continue to succeed tomorrow.
During Wednesday's meeting, President Biden proposed an alternative way to pay for it, a 15% minimum tax on corporations. The goal is to target dozens of companies that have paid little to no federal corporate income taxes.
Facebook slaps former President Trump with a 2-year suspension for the posts he made on January 6th. The company cited public risk. CBS's Nancy Cordes.
Republicans quickly accused the tech giant of censorship. And Mr. Trump issued a one-line rebuke of Facebook's founder. Next time I'm in the White House, he vowed, there will be no more dinners at his request with Mark Zuckerberg and his wife. It will be all business.
House Judiciary Committee Chairman Gerald Nadler says that a nearly 8-hour interview with former President Trump's top White House lawyer, Don McGahn, shed new light on several troubling events during his presidency. The closed-door interview was originally part of Democrats' efforts to investigate whether the former president tried to obstruct Justice Department investigation into his 2016 presidential campaign. 3 teenagers went into a Worcester, Massachusetts pond and had trouble. 2 police officers went in after them. Chief Steve Sargent.
During this rescue attempt, 2 individuals were brought to shore. At this time, officers on scene realized that one of our officers was missing. It was now apparent that we had 2 victims.
Officer Emmanuel Manny Familia was a 5-year veteran of the department. CBS's Steve Futterman with details on an effort to bring asylum seekers to the United States.
The Biden administration is asking 6 humanitarian groups to recommend which migrants seeking to enter the U.S. should be given asylum. The groups will determine which of those who are being kept in Mexico are the most vulnerable. The administration has kept in place a public health order put into effect by former President Trump. That order allows rapid expulsion of those entering the U.S. illegally because of the pandemic. Since early May, nearly 800 asylum seekers have been allowed into the country. Steve Futterman, CBS News.
President Biden widens the list of Chinese firms off limits to American investors. This is CBS News.
This hour's newscast is presented by Rocket Mortgage. Need to know what it takes for a home loan to fit your budget and your family? Rocket can.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
I love my Charmin Super Mega Golden Goals last long. It's TP Goals, yeah. Charmin's got 6 rows in one. Lasts forever on my buns. Only Super Mega when I'm cleaning. Charmin's got my booty believing.
Charmin Super Mega Roll is 6 regular rolls in one. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage and Rocket Companies. Last year, we saw historically low mortgage interest rates. What you may not know is that interest rates are already starting to increase, and it's likely that trend is only going to continue. Our team of experts is standing by to help you save before rates go up. Don't look back and wish that you had taken action. Call 833-8ROCKET or visit rocketmortgage.com.
Rocket. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 30.
From the Hertine and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Hertine and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Now, Iowa City's news first.
I'm Tommy Lang with KCJJ News. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office is investigating a reported attempted kidnapping in Tiffin. The alleged incident happened around 6 p.m. Tuesday at the Tiffin Come and Go off Interstate 80. A spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office told KCRG TV 9 that a woman or girl of unknown age reported that a man grabbed her by the wrist and asked her if she wanted to go home with him. She pulled away and fled into the store. Investigators say the man interacted with another person before leaving the area. The suspect is described as a white male in his mid to late 40s with black hair, a goatee, and scabs on his face. He was believed to be driving a white van with tinted windows. The incident remains under investigation. A North Liberty man was arrested Thursday night after being accused of smashing items and fighting with officers. Police were dispatched to the area of the Fairway parking lot on Highway 965 just before 11 p.m. on reports of 3 men smashing things with a pipe. Officers arrived to find the 3 had moved to the outside of Smoke and Joe's nearby. 19-year-old David Allen of Prairie Ridge Road was reportedly one of the 3 and was armed with a pipe. Allen allegedly resisted commands to place his hands behind his back and resisted as they were placed into handcuffs. He reportedly had to be taken to the ground, where he continued to fight with officers. One reported an injury to his right knee. Allen allegedly continued to resist officers as they placed him into a squad car. He was charged with disorderly conduct and interference with official acts causing bodily injury. He could be sentenced to a maximum of 13 months in jail if convicted. An Iowa City man has been charged after an incident at a convenience store stemming from his lack of clothing. Police say that 28-year-old Dante Yance of Primrose Court entered Deli Mart on Lower Muscatine Road just before 4 p.m. Thursday without a shirt. He was told by staff that he had to leave and could not be in the store shirtless. Yance reportedly refused to leave the store despite several requests to do so. A clerk opened the door to the store and once again asked Yance to leave, and he allegedly responded by punching the clerk in the throat and about the face, drawing blood and causing swelling. Police caught up with Yance as he was running from the store, and he denied physically assaulting the staff. He reportedly showed signs of intoxication, including bloodshot, watery eyes, slurred speech, and the odor of ingested alcohol. Yance allegedly admitted to drinking. Yance was taken into custody and charged with assault causing bodily injury and public intoxication. He could be sentenced to up to 13 months in jail if convicted on both counts. There will be 2 satellite voting opportunities on Saturday ahead of Tuesday's election to fill a seat on the Johnson County Board of Supervisors. You can vote early on Saturday at the Iowa City Public Library from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. and at the North Liberty Community Library from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. For more information, go to jcauditor.com. In sports, the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union has released its latest softball rankings. City High dropped 1 spot in Class 5A from number 5 to number 6. Liberty fell from number 8 to number 10. Solon entered the rankings this week in Class 3A, debuting at number 11. West Liberty fell from number 7 to number 9. In Class 2A, Regina inched up 1 spot from number 12 to number 11. We'll have high school baseball for you coming up on Tuesday on KCJJ as 8th-ranked City High travels to Liberty at 7 o'clock. A full list of our games this season can be found at 1630 kcjj.com by clicking on High School Sports. With KCJJ News, I'm Tommy Lang. Now look at the weather forecast from SevereStudios.com.
I'm meteorologist Mace Michaels. Tonight, a clear sky, low falling into the mid-60s. Sunny and hot for tomorrow with a high in the low 90s. A little breezy at times, some wind gusts up to 20 miles an hour. Staying warm tomorrow night, low in the mid-60s, and more sun and around 90 on Sunday. Should be up to the upper 80s on Monday, some clouds, and a chance of showers and storms. That's KCJJ weather. It's 82 right now.
You're listening to Molly Suter on the mighty 1630 KCJJ.
Yes. Also Cindy.
The other girl.
The other girl. So, I love that in the thumbnail for our live stream, all you can see of me is my 2 front teeth and, like, a nostril.
I think it's awesome. We should make that into a t-shirt.
So, if you want to see that, it's on the Molly Suter Show Facebook page, which you should go like, because sometimes I have content that isn't just posting this link on there. Sometimes I'm just like, hey guys, I like this song, and let me know what you think, and then nobody, like, says anything.
Like her page, just don't message her on it.
No, because as I explained last week, it's not that I don't want to talk to y'all, it's just that trying to go into my DMs, like, takes forever, and it launches me into oblivion.
I will say you can friend me and message me.
Yes.
I don't have a
Cindy
fan page thing. It's just me.
Cindy is very open to,
I'm more locked down than I used to be, but if you message me and say you're a listener, if you don't have any friends in common with me, I'm not going to accept your friend request. That's my one rule.
That's probably a good... Yeah. That's probably a good rule. I've actually followed that rule since high school. Unless I, like, know who it is and I'm actively friending them. Mm-hmm. But even then, usually we have mutual friends.
Well, I was going to say, if you're listening to this locally, then chances of us not having mutual friends is very low.
Especially since you add so many people. So.
I have a lot. I have like 3,500 now, I think. That's really low. I've met every single one of them, so don't even ask.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, because I'm like, wait, really?
I run into that all the time. It's like, oh, yeah, I'm friends with you on Facebook. I'm like, yeah, I know. I recognize your name. And then somebody else will ask, oh, do you know them? I'm like, well, on Facebook. Oh, you've never met them? I'm like, no.
I mean, I had that during the pandemic, like friends of friends that I probably would have met at parties and stuff. Like we just see each other all the time in like Facebook comment sections and interact, have a pleasant interaction, just hit friend.
I know. I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with that.
I understand how people use social media for only people that they actually know. I understand that.
That's completely valid. And like for the most part, that is what I do.
Yeah.
Like for Facebook and mostly Instagram, some listeners and other people follow me on Instagram, but it's mostly people who I know. I mean, Twitter's the big stranger one.
That's why I don't like Twitter, because I don't know anyone there.
That's valid.
That party is too big for me. Facebook feels like it's my house. And I'm very comfortable there.
Oh,
but
and
I used to
TikTok
friend
is strangers as well.
Yeah, but you don't have to interact with TikTok.
But you don't have to. Yeah.
I don't, usually.
I have some favorite accounts that I just like comment on.
I like the heck out of everything, but I don't really interact because well, that's another thing I don't like about the one thing I don't like about TikTok. The comment section, when you make a comment, they limit your characters.
Yeah, a lot of people just do like part 1, part 2, part 3. I don't like that either, because then you have to like click the see more, and I'm like, do I really care that much?
Well, and I'll start typing. I'm like, is this really important to say? Because I'm going to have to like edit what I'm like. No, this is too much time. I'm not going to say anything. I'll just like it and move on. It's pure entertainment for me.
But if you comment on it, like that will tell TikTok that like you really like that content, and so if you really want to see something on your For You page, like comment on it, because then you'll see more of it.
I don't have a problem seeing more of whatever it is that TikTok says I am that week. So far, it's been pretty intuitive.
It's scary.
I mean, I'm like, I didn't even know I liked this stuff, but I like this stuff.
Yeah, no, TikTok is just like, you'll like this. Even if you don't think you will, you will.
Yeah.
Because we know you better than you know
like
yourself.
Something like it. Sort of. So you'll really like this. They're almost always right.
I know, it's scary. Algorithms just in general are just like very smart at, I mean, like that's what an algorithm is. It's trying to anticipate wants.
Who you are.
Yeah. But yeah, that's so wild to me.
I mean, some people might think that they're taking all this data and that's bad, blah, blah, blah. I don't care.
I don't really care about that.
I would rather have somebody just come out and say, here's what you are. Here's what you are. Here's what you need. I'm going to give it to you. To me, that would be a perfect life.
Yeah, I don't really care much for that, but
like when it comes to entertainment, like I would love it if just Netflix would, they've got this new thing where you can just play whatever.
Yeah.
They have never been right.
Really?
None of it's right.
It's been right for me. That's how I got into watching Community. The show. Amy and I loved it, like, because that feature came out like last summer, like late summer in quarantine, and we were like, what else are we doing? And so we did that, and we came upon Community, and we watched all of it, and then after we finished, we started watching it again and got like halfway through before stopping. Yeah, so it worked for me, but in my experience, it just spits you back out to things you've already watched. Like, you've watched Schitt's Creek. Here is season 2, episode 3 again.
Well, I watched that over and over again, but it would show me shows that I started watching but decided I didn't like. So I'm like, there's a reason why I didn't go to episode 2 because it sucked. Like, I don't want to see it again.
Well, it's still learning. It's a new feature. I think maybe they'll probably fix it to be more intuitive. Because I would love kind of a TikTok algorithm.
I know, like on TikTok, I just scroll. Netflix. Like, I probably spend more time on the For You page than I do my own curated.
Like, which is scary because it's like, the following page is like things I've actively followed.
Right,
but like
exactly.
The For You page is more interesting.
Right, because it's new stuff.
But like in
It's
the
new
same
people.
vein. Yeah, it's weird. People who are into tech stuff like that, like, it's where probably money is.
If I had money, I'd give it to them.
Yeah.
But I guess they're making money anyway on the ads that.
Oh, yeah.
That I don't realize are ads until like, wait a second.
Oh, see,
this isn't a real thing.
The ads are so annoying. It's like,
They're
did
so-
you see that Burger King one? It was like, this is Burger King's new chicken sandwich. I'm
Yeah.
like, great. Can I please watch my videos?
Like the first one that they show you when you go on, it's real obvious it's an ad because they'll say skip ad.
Yeah.
But there's some ads in there that are not like, and sometimes I'll unfollow people I've followed that are sponsoring, like they do their own.
Oh, like
You know what I'm
they're-
saying? Like, to me, that's like,
Oh, see, I don't mind that.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If I were in that position, I would be all over the sponsored stuff. I totally would be all over it. But I
Like, if
also
you're-
kind of feel like,
If your non-alcoholic, like, liquor service sponsored you, you would be...
I'd be all over it.
Yeah.
But I would also understand if people got annoyed with it too.
Oh, yeah, for sure. But
It's
if
not
you're
that I'm
being paid-
annoyed, but I'm like, this doesn't seem very genuine to me.
Yeah.
Like there's some people like there's this one guy who's like a crafter and he does all these crafting things and he is very naturally sponsored by Michaels.
Yeah.
And it makes sense because he will say, hey, I'm going to use this Michaels stuff with this stuff. But he does, that's his whole shtick.
Mhm.
So it makes sense to be sponsored by that. But then other people are like, it just doesn't, some of it doesn't make sense.
I follow a girl who's like on her body positivity journey, so she does like try on hauls, and so she has quite a large following, and so Aerie has sponsored her in the past, and so that's actually a very natural
Right.
like work in too. She was like, well, Aerie sent me some stuff, I'm gonna try it on.
Right.
Be like, oh, this is cute, I like it.
Yeah. And as long as she's honest about all the stuff,
Yeah.
which is the chance
she
that
is.
they take sending her stuff. But
Mhm.
yeah, I like that part.
I don't think people, if you got sponsored things, I don't think I would be so, I wouldn't be so, like, critical of it. Maybe I wouldn't be, like, overly praising it, but I wouldn't be like, this sucks. Wow, Aerie, you really messed this up.
You jumped the shark or
This
whatever.
is
You
this
sold
is
out.
crap.
You're so out.
Why did you send me this crap? I don't think anybody would say that. I
No.
think they would just kind of move on and like focus on something they actually liked from what they got.
It's like when people ask me to review a restaurant that I've tried. Like, what do you think of that restaurant? I'm never going to say anything horrible, even if it was a bad restaurant.
Really? No, I'm going to be honest. I'll be like, I don't really like
If it was super bad, I might say something like, I wouldn't
Wouldn't
try
go.
that place,
Yeah.
or wait until they work out the kinks is maybe what I would say. But
Mhm.
but then again, I also have a very low bar when it comes to food. I pretty much like everything, so
Well, it's good for restaurants then, I guess. Yeah.
I just don't
You
like
have
saying
your
I don't
pick.
like saying bad things about things, especially some people are so picky anyway that like it depends on who it is. Like certain people, I'll be like, no, you should not go to that restaurant because it's not the stuff that you like. You're
Yeah.
you're too damn picky. But
I don't think I'm that picky. I mean, there are some foods that I don't like and I'll avoid eating, but like if it's in front of me, like I'll eat it. Unless if it's olives, I won't eat olives.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like olives. Oh, wait, have I told you guys this story before? I don't know if I have, but when I was about 3 or 4, I was at my grandmother's house with Billy and Dad and like all of that side of the family. And like my grandma had put like a platter of stuff out on the table, like vegetables, one of which was a black olive, but I didn't know that because I'm 3, 4. Billy came up to me. He's like, "Molly, look, it's a grape. Eat it." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I bit into it, and I'm like, "What?" And I have never liked olives since.
Okay, so first of all, black olives are different from green olives. It's definitely a different taste.
I don't think so. They both taste
Because
like
black olives aren't as tart.
seawater to me.
Molly.
Nope.
Even stuffed olives? What if we stuffed an olive with blue cheese? Would you try it?
No, I don't like blue cheese. That
Oh, you
sounds
don't like blue cheese?
awful.
Oh, my God.
That sounds awful.
Okay, as someone who has, on multiple occasions, eaten so many olives, I've gotten sick and still continue to eat them. I like olives. I'll eat just a jar of olives.
Oh, my gosh. No,
like, not even the good kind. Like the, cheap little...
That's me with pickles. I love pickles.
Well, and I don't understand what the difference between olives and pickles are. It's the
pickles,
same thing.
No, pickles are delightful, and
I know, but they're both that kind of soury, sort of pickled taste.
It's different.
Aren't olives pickled?
No, olives have like an aftertaste that I'm not fond of, and I don't like the smell.
Okay, but the juice tastes the same after it.
I don't think so. No. I love I love pickles. I don't like olives.
And to me, it would be the same. It would be the same kind of garnish. You know what I mean? It would be the same.
I like olive oil.
Well, that's not the same as olives.
But... No, but I like that.
I really like olives.
I just don't. Yeah. So when you said, "Ooh, stuffed olives with blue cheese," I'm like,
let's take 2 of Molly's least favorite things.
Favorite foods.
Oh my God. So I get all the olives.
Yes.
That's what I'm taking out of this conversation.
Yes.
If we go to a buffet and one of the things is just a thing of olives, I can have all those olives and you won't want any of them.
I won't want any of them.
What do you feel about baby corn?
I don't like corn.
I know I this discussion. I don't like baby corn.
I'm the only Iowan who does not like corn. I do like popcorn sometimes. I used to love popcorn when I was a kid, teenager, and into my 20s, but now, not like, I don't reach for it. Like, at the movies, I have candy now. I don't really have popcorn anymore, but I do approve of it, as ethanol and as, food for animals, and, corn syrup is pretty good.
You sound like you're, in a beauty contest, like I agree with corn and ethanol.
What are your thoughts on corn? Like is that the Miss Iowa beauty pageant like final question?
Popcorn at a movie theater is literally just a conduit for the butter flavoring.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
And
for
salt.
Sure. It's too harsh on my stomach now.
Well, and that's a fair enough thing. But again, I have eaten food that I love to the point where I got sick and still eaten it the next day.
See, for me, when I get sick from a food, which is what happened with popcorn, I don't eat it anymore because the association with it is.
It's like that thing that was going around. Like what alcohol did you stop drinking because you drank too much of it or whatever?
Oh, for my dad, it's rum. He hates rum.
I've never had that happen before. I will get sick off of tequila and I would drink it the next day. Like it just, that is not a deterrent for me. I don't think I've ever eaten or drank anything where I got sick.
Oh, really? Interesting.
And then I'm just like, I might, not go for it immediately, but within a couple weeks I'm back on eating a jar of olives.
So I got sick like a decade ago after eating Bananas Foster, and I'm pretty sure I could probably eat Bananas Foster now, but that was literally a decade ago. So maybe microwave popcorn, not microwave, movie theater popcorn will come back around in a decade.
Unless you've got whatever, aren't there certain stomach issues that you can't eat popcorn?
I don't have any stomach issues. It doesn't make me feel good after I've eaten movie
a whole
popcorn.
a large movie popcorn.
No, I could never do that. No, it's even for small, for the small. Oh my goodness, we're talking about getting sick, and now we're getting a call.
I've eaten a whole large one and gotten to the point where my mouth was all raw because of all the popcorn. Mm-hmm. It was amazing.
1630 KCJJ, you're on the air.
Hi. Well, you girls are... Anyway, olives come from olive trees. Mm-hmm. And pickles come from cucumbers.
Yes, that's true. See, I don't
But don't they pickle the olive before they put it... They put it in something.
don't know.
Well, it depends on what kind of olives it is. Like, just like those green olives, they're not ripe. Ripe olives are black.
Mm-hmm.
So, it depends on when they pick them and then what they do to them after. The best olives are calamati, but they are really expensive.
Those are the big ones, aren't they? The big, huge ones? Maybe.
Well, they're dark.
Okay.
So they're black olives?
Black olives just means they're ripe.
Oh, okay.
Green olives are green.
Oh,
Calamati olives is a whole different kind.
Okay.
Like if there's lots of olives, there's lots of flowers. Like there's tulips and roses and like that. So there's different kind of olives as well.
All right.
I want to try all of them.
I don't love cucumbers, but I do love pickles. Cucumbers by themselves are fine. If they are pickled, yes. I'm all for it. Give me extra pickles on everything.
Cucumbers and pickles.
You just like everything, don't you?
Except for baby corn and water chestnuts. Okay, those are the two things I don't like.
What is the difference between baby corn and
water
corn?
Water chestnuts almost remind me of radishes. The red kind. When they're crunchy.
Interesting.
And when they're in season, they're a lot cheaper because, like, a little can of water chestnuts costs like a couple dollars. So, but yeah, we used to always get them when we made Chinese food because you need that crunchy.
I don't like the crunch. Something about it just bugs me.
I
won't pick them out of a dish, but if I'm making something, I just won't put water chestnuts in it. I just don't. It's a texture thing. I don't know what.
The texture of something will ruin it because I love the taste of pineapples and I hate the texture, so I won't eat pineapples.
But there's like no taste to a water chestnut, so I think that's what bothers me. There's no taste to it, but it's just a texture. So why put it in there? Like
because you want the crunch. You don't need the taste because the flavor comes from all the other food.
That's right. So you just want the crunch.
That's what rice is for.
I don't like rice.
But rice doesn't. I don't want my rice crunchy. That's
no.
That
but I get maybe certain things I don't want crunch.
Fried is like that means it's not cooked and it's disgusting.
It's not done, Cindy. All right. Well, thank you for the call. For a olive history lesson.
Now on Friday sometimes instead of Thursday because there's not a game tonight?
Yeah, there's not a NASCAR race. There's not a game or anything. There was a game last night, so Cindy couldn't come. But yeah,
that's why.
I'd like to say I was busy last night, but no, I wasn't.
It's mostly on Thursdays that we like the show for no real reason except for that was how it worked out the first couple times we did this. And
must listen Thursday night. Like the old days of must-see TV.
Fun to do, right?
I'm sorry?
It's something fun for you to do.
Yes, it is fun. Isn't it, Cindy?
It's a blast.
I'm not holding you against your will.
No, you're not. No.
All right, so thank you for the call. Have a good night.
You as well.
What is a water chestnut?
It's like this oval, like, sliced... I don't know what it is, but they stick it in Chinese food and like Asian food is a lot. I just don't like them. I think they don't taste like anything and they crunch weird and they just distract me from the overall dish.
Okay.
And I won't pick them out and I won't say, I don't want water chestnuts in my whatever it is that we're ordering. But like when I'm cooking something, if it requires water chestnuts, I just don't. Skip it. Yeah. I don't.
No, I do that too. Like, I don't have an example or anything, but if a recipe calls for something specific, I'm like, do I need that?
Yeah.
No.
I will say if you get like the frozen veggie mix of like the Asian like stir fry veggies, I'll pick them out of that mix because it's easy to pick it out when you're making it yourself. But it's just, I don't know. It just seems like a useless. I don't need crunch in every little bite.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard the term water chestnut.
There might be another term for it, but you know what? That's what I call them.
I'm going to look it up.
I'm sure you've had it. If you've had any sort of Asian food, it's in there. And then just baby corn just creeps me out. I think it's weird.
What is the difference between baby corn and real corn? Or adult corn?
Baby corn's just the little teeny tiny little mini corns that you see in Asian food a lot of times.
Oh, you mean just like a little kernel?
No, it's like little ears of corn.
Oh. Okay, I'm looking at the images for water chestnuts. I'm sure I have had them before, but I don't remember ever having a strong opinion of them.
I have a very strong opinion about baby corn, and it's like the two things I don't like in the world. I love olives, though. And now, after that discussion, I do kind of want to try all of the olives.
I mean, why not?
Like,
if
there's
you
more
like
than
olives,
just black and green.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I didn't know there was varieties.
I mean, I knew there was varieties. I just didn't realize that maybe that should be my hyper focus for this month.
Instead of Magic
eating
Mike
all of the olives.
XXL?
I can do both. I can do two things. I can eat all kinds of olives.
A fistful of olives while watching Magic Mike XXL.
I still haven't rewatched that movie. I should probably rewatch it.
While eating olives. Yes.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. My two favorite things. Magic Mike XXL. Now I'm afraid to rewatch it.
Why? Because you've built it up so
maybe
high.
I didn't like it as much as I thought I did. I did, though. I really did. I've
That would
seen
be
it
so
twice.
funny. That would be so funny. If you were like, actually, Molly, it sucked.
Well, and it's like, maybe I'll have to watch. Another thing I keep telling myself I'm going to do is watch one of those cheesy love story movies that you keep saying, rambling on about. Because we were talking about that today, about was it the 80s or the 90s, the Meg Ryan, all those
that
movies.
was mostly the 90s, but
When Harry Met Sally and all those movies.
When Harry Met Sally was in 89, and actually that one holds up very well, I think.
And Sleepless in Seattle, I think they were talking about at work.
I actually really didn't like Sleepless in Seattle because I'm not going to spoil it, even though it's like a 30-year-old movie.
You can spoil it. And that's the thing. It's like if
you're going to watch it, I don't want to spoil it.
Someone was like trying to describe the movie, and I was like, "Oh, did did he murder her?"
No.
And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "I'm just trying to turn this into a movie that I would actually watch."
Okay, so the premise is Tom Hanks' son calls him to the radio show, like the national radio show, and he's like, "My daddy needs a girlfriend because mommy is dead." And so Meg Ryan is listening from like the other part of the country, and she's like, "Wow, how sad." And so then Tom Hanks comes on the radio because he like investigates his son. He's like, "What are you doing?" And then so he gets sucked into this radio show and just goes on this tangent about he's like, "My wife was the best woman ever, blah, blah, blah." And so he's like gushing about his wife. And then Meg Ryan's like, "Oh my God, this is amazing. I have to meet this man." So she flies to Seattle and she watches him from afar. And I'm like, that's not romantic. That's creepy. That's creepy as hell. And then she like, I think, yeah, she sends him a letter because she's like, "I heard you guys on the radio. I was really touched by your story. I would love to meet blah, 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 blah. Meet me at the Empire State Building in New York on Valentine's Day." And I am going to spoil the ending, so if you don't know it, like, just a warning.
I've seen the movie and I can't remember what happened.
You've seen the movie.
I have seen it.
So they meet at the top of the Empire State Building on Valentine's Day, and like they're just like, "Hi," and they don't even kiss or anything. And I'm like, oh, what was I watched this entire movie and I get no payoff. I'm getting no payoff.
There's so
of
many
my time, and I didn't like it.
That time period, I think that's probably one of the reasons why I don't love those romantic type movies anymore, because I saw so many of them in the 90s. Like, that's all Meg Ryan did for a while.
I think Sleepless in Seattle was the 80s, but yeah.
But When Harry Met Sally,
89. But you know what? She and Tom Hanks were in another rom-com together, like a decade after Sleepless in Seattle.
Was it the one about the library?
No, yeah,
Or
it was You've Got Mail.
Yeah.
That was actually better. So if you're going to watch a Meg Ryan and Tom Hanks movie, I recommend You've Got Mail over Sleepless in Seattle.
Or don't watch either and just watch Dateline. It's more practical.
No. But yeah, I was actually watching a movie last night with Meg Ryan. It wasn't a rom-com. It was Anastasia, the animated movie.
Oh.
She was the voice of Anastasia, which I didn't really realize until I was watching it. I'm like, is that Meg Ryan? It was.
I like that about cartoons and stuff, where you're like, that voice is really
that?
familiar. Who is that?
Yeah, me too. But yeah, I like everything I've seen Meg Ryan, and I think...
Yeah. I mean, I liked it back in the day. I just watched too many of those.
See, it's one of my favorite genres of movies just because there is rarely any variation, and I find that comforting.
I don't.
That's valid. That's really valid. I just like that kind of movie because I'm like, I always know they're going to end up together.
I know, but I can't watch the beginning of it. Like, it starts the same all the time.
I love,
and it's like, it's so... None of this ever happens in real life.
I know, but that's the point, Cindy. That's the point. Nothing like this happens.
I'd
like,
rather watch...
Meet cute.
You know, some fantasy show instead. Like, at least I know it's supposed to be fantasy. It's not supposed to be based on real life.
I love the meet cutes. Like, they meet in, like, a coffee shop, and they're like, decaf espresso, and then they both, like, reach for it, and they're like,
and you know how many times I've run into people and spilled coffee on people, and that has never happened to me. Tripped in front of people.
Yeah.
Said really stupid things in front of people. I have never met a guy that way. Or a girl, for that matter.
No. But,
ever.
You know, it's okay.
It's not okay. They need to stop making movies like that.
I recently watched one that was like, there's this guy trying to go on 100 dates through a dating app, because like if you go on 100 unsuccessful ones, like you get something for free, like it was a challenge to him, and then he meets this like lawyer girl to like help him sue the company or something like that. It was a while ago that I saw this, but then he falls in love with the lawyer, and it was cute.
Like How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days or whatever.
I've seen that.
God, that was a horrible movie.
I don't remember much about it except the shower scene. Do you remember that?
I don't remember the shower scene.
Well, I don't quite remember the specifics of it. I just know that they're both in the bathroom at the same time. It's like, and they have to, someone's knocking on the door, and so like you have to pretend you're not in there or something. I don't remember.
That's a big eye roll for me.
And like I like fantasy stuff too, just like you, but like I don't know, there's something about the rom-com genre that I always go back to.
The Hallmark Channel.
See,
stuff.
okay, I feel like there's a difference between Hallmark cheese and like your run-of-the-mill rom-com cheese. Like Hallmark and like the Christmas movies that Netflix have been churning out have been just like all cheese, so
Super
saccharine.
cheese. Yeah,
and I'm just like, ugh, this is boring now. But the rom-coms,
I will say I love the movies that poke fun at the rom-coms. Like, what was that movie? I think it's called Incident Romantic with Rebel Wilson, I think it was.
Oh,
in
I
it.
haven't seen that.
Oh my God, it was so funny because she pokes fun at every single one of those tropes, every single one of them, and it's pretty funny. Plus, she's pretty funny anyway.
Yeah, I should see that. I think I would like that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have about 2 minutes left. We must
remind people to vote.
Yes, please go vote. I have to vote as well. So right now I'm kind of being a hypocrite, being like, go vote, guys, but
if you see Molly out in public, remind her to drop her Goodwill off and vote.
If you see Cindy in public, then
just ignore me because I'm going to be ignoring. I'm going to be pretending. I'm going to be wearing a mask so that you can't see me. That's the only reason why I like wearing masks.
Yeah, but they're going to recognize Moose.
True.
Be like, there's Moose. All right, Cindy, go vote. Moose,
Yes.
tell your mom to go vote.
I'll take Moose with me. No, I better not.
Oh, cute. Wait, have Moose vote. He's a citizen of Johnson
That
County.
might, spark a whole audit on the thing.
Oh, yeah?
Illegal voting.
Yes. That
Dogs
would be
can't
illegal.
vote.
So, yes, so after this episode concludes, it will be on YouTube forever. And so you can watch it if you want. We have at least 2 other episodes on YouTube, so you can watch those as well. I keep calling them episodes. They're not. They're shows. They're us talking. Whatever you want to call
Radio casts.
it.
we'll call 'em.
Ooh. You mean a radio show?
So it's not a podcast. It's not a radio show. It's a radio cast.
A radio
Will that work?
cast. I don't know.
And someday I'm going to shorten them into little TikTok clips.
Ooh, yeah. We do have a TikTok. Do you know that at the top of your heads? There's a lot of underscores.
Molly and the other girl, but underscore under every word.
Molly
Underscore
and the underscore other girl?
I think so.
All right. Well, play with that combination and you'll
I'll
eventually
post it.
find
I'll
us.
post it when I post the link when I get around to figuring out how to do the YouTube thing again.
All right. Well, thanks for listening to us tonight. And I don't know if we have like a race or anything tomorrow. Next week. I'll let you know.
Alrighty. Sounds
the
good.
Availability.
You know.
All right. So you're listening to the Mighty 1630 KCJJ.
From the Hertine and Stalker Studios in the heart of the Hawkeye Nation, this is the mighty 1630 KCJJ, Iowa City.
Hertine and Stalker Jewelers, making memories, making moments.
Now, Iowa City's news first.
I'm Tommy Lang with KCJJ News. The Johnson County Sheriff's Office is investigating a reported attempted kidnapping in Tiffin. The alleged incident happened around 6 p.m. Tuesday at the Tiffin Come and Go off Interstate 80. A spokesperson for the Sheriff's Office told KCRG TV 9 that a woman or girl of unknown age reported that a man